Mega Millions, but tonight the lottery jackpot is hitting $1 billion. CBS This Morning's Saturday co-host Dana Jacobson has more.
Good luck to everybody, especially myself.
This is the winning ticket right here. Mega.
This is the ticket.
Hope is in the air. From coast to coast, the urge to buy Mega Millions tickets is contagious.
What am I gonna do? Pay off some bills.
BMW, the Range Rover.
Buy me a house.
We're gonna live our lives the way we want to.
With an endless wish list of dreams fueling outsized sales,
Thank you, sir. Good luck.
Mega Millions turned into a mega billion-dollar jackpot, the second largest in lottery history.
I hope I win.
But the chance of winning Mega Millions is just 1 in 302 million. You are 80 times more likely to be killed by a shark. Still, that's no reason to stop these people from standing on a 2-hour line in Prim, Nevada.
I only bought one ticket because that's all I need to win is one.
If players strike out in tonight's Mega Millions drawing, never fear, there is still hope. The Powerball drawing for Saturday, right now, at $470 million. Maybe pocket change in comparison, Tanya, but it's worth a couple tickets like these.
Dana Jacobson, thank you. I can't believe I haven't bought my ticket yet. Joining us now is the founder and partner of the Roth law firm, Richard Roth. Richard, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
As a lawyer who's had so much experience representing past lottery winners, I just have to ask you, do you play the lotto? Did you buy a ticket?
I do. I have not yet, but you have until 10:45 tonight. It's $1 billion.
So you're going to play.
I'm going to definitely play.
So what are the biggest mistakes that you've seen past lottery winners make, and what would your advice be to tonight's winner?
So they get inundated, as you can imagine, by financial planners, trust in estates, lawyers, all kinds of people. And the mistakes they make is they have to first they have to ignore 99% of the people, and they have to go with their trusted advisor who they know and rely on and respect, and just to, it's a life change.
What if
obviously.
it's someone who doesn't have a network of financial advisors and they're actually shopping for somebody new? Then what do?
Then they have to talk to friends, talk to people they can trust, parents, children, grandparents, somebody who they can essentially guide them.
Not that long lost nephew who's coming out of the woodwork.
Not the long lost nephew. There's going to be a lot of long lost people that come out of the woodwork, many of whom are never nephews.
Yeah.
It's really, it's unfortunate, but it's the nature of the game that people sort of prey on these, somebody who, boom, gets money.
Now, what would you advise in terms of the lump sum payment versus the yearly payout?
So the first thing they have to do is make sure that ticket is held in a box. Get it locked up. That ticket's a very valuable commodity. Remember, if you lose the ticket, you lose your prize. It depends. It depends on their financial situation as far as a lump sum or over time. It depends on their age. It depends on their income bracket. Their income bracket's going to obviously change significantly. But you do pay a heavy tax. It's a tax. It's an income tax. It's a 40+% tax. The new code a little bit less, depending on where you live. So you may want to take it all up front. If you're younger, you may want it over time. I, quite frankly, prefer it all up front. If I win this one, just because you then control the money and it is less. But it's not.
But you're somebody who feels comfortable, controlling your financial situation. If it's someone who's a little worried whether they're going to use the money wisely, would you recommend then yearly payouts?
Yeah, when you're talking these kind of numbers, then yes, a yearly payout's fine. Normally they're in the tens of millions of dollars, which is taxed, therefore it's $5 million. When you're talking about $1 billion, and the number is just staggering.
I can't even imagine
I'm thinking of Dr. Evil. But if you're talking about $1 billion, then whatever the payout would be annually, it's still going to be the tens of millions of dollars. So, yeah, an annual payout's not bad. You might get $10 million this year, you can get $10 million next year.
Oh, it's all good. It's all good. What are we arguing over? Now, what about these cases where people go in as an office pool? Are there extra legal difficulties to that? And have you seen fights erupt over office pools?
There are a lot of litigations that ensue when, in fact, I was a part owner. No, I was a part owner. So what you have to do is essentially put it in writing. You're not going to have a formal agreement.
You find out whether you won or not? Okay.
You say the following, let's have the following, the following 5 people go in, put in $5 each. You got to get something in writing because at the end of the day, it's a contract, and the question is what's the intent of the parties?
Right.
So if you're fighting over it and the sixth person says, well, I was in, and you have an email that's saying, well, you really weren't. It was the 5 of us and we all paid. Therefore, we are in this group. It's better. And you also have family fights. You're going to have family fights. Cousins say, I was part of that, if you will, team of winners.
Yeah.
So it's important that everything be done in writing. And there are a lot of litigations that are up because $1 billion is outrageous, but even $10 million, $100 million, people talk about it. People fight over that because some people figure they get their shot, they get their lawyer on a contingency, and they'll fight it.
But most of the time they lose in those
most time they lose,
right? Without a concrete piece of paper.
Something.
Right?
Because at the end of the day, what did you intend when that person walked up and paid for the lottery ticket?
Right.
And that's essentially what's gonna rule the day.
All right. So since you've represented a lot of past winners, are they all happy? Does money really buy happiness? What can you tell us?
Well, it's funny. They are happy, but I saw a study not long ago that said several of them are back where they were before they started. So some of them either spend their money unwisely or involved with people who are not as reputable as others. So I did see a really astounding statistic that was very high. It was in the 30 or 40% of the people just come back to where they were. So you don't, Lotto, the reason why, this is there is to change your life. And it's important from day one that you take the precautions to make sure it does change your life.
I wonder, how they say some people have a set level when it comes to happiness. You're always if you're meant to be kind of depressed, you're always going to be depressed no matter what's going on in your life. I wonder if some people have a set level when it comes to money. They're comfortable at a certain level and they're uncomfortable when it goes above or below that.
They may, money doesn't necessarily give you happiness, and many times can cause problems.
Right.
Now all of a sudden you have family feuds. You're my sister, you're my cousin, you're my uncle. I can't believe you're not giving me a few $1 million. You've won $1 billion. So it can create a lot of friction. And you're right. Some people, if they're miserable, they'll always be miserable. But certainly, I'd rather be miserable with $1 billion than without.
A lot more comfortable.
A lot more comfortable.
All right, Richard Roth, thank you so much.
Thank you.